Hi, this is Steve with FittleBug. I wanted to share with you the end result of what we've been working on in syncing up Google Calendars with our FittleBug application. So what I'm going to do is share with you essentially from a consumer standpoint how it works. So we've got this person right here who has choices. She could book your services by calling you. She could book your services by using FittleBug. If she calls you, then someone has to take the call, put it into some type of a CMS program, and then if those programs have the functionality, which most do, you can sync it out to Google Calendars. If she uses FittleBug instead to book, all the data goes over to FittleBug and it's automatically synced with Google Calendars. So either way, they're getting the information to Google Calendars. So once the data of the scheduled time is brought in from the program of your that you might have, like House Call Pro or ServiceMate or any of the others that sync with Google Calendars, it then updates your real lifetime FittleBug calendar as well, because we sync both ways. So you are always current with your times in displaying them to the FittleBug application. You see, most CMS programs don't dual sync, but we do. So this opens up lots of opportunity for you to basically have people put it into the program of your choice. It then goes to Google Calendar, and we'll get it from there and update the online live version of FittleBug. This is what I'm going to show you live now. So I've gone ahead and hooked up one of our test models, FittleBug sites, to my personal Google Calendars account where I have multiple calendars, and I've synced up this one to connect. So a couple of things could happen. If the data came over from one of your CMS programs like House Call Pro or ServiceMate or something like that, then the information would be put in here. Now, if you're using FittleBug alone, you could also block out time by clicking this, and I'll go ahead and speed through this so you'll see the results. So I've gone ahead and just filled in some information to block out 9 o'clock on the 16th. I'll go ahead and save it. So now what you'll see is that once it's saved, it blocks out on the 16th. So let me go there. And you'll see there it is. There's the Mrs. Jones blocked out demonstration. So you can block time out that way. You can also, it will pre-fill in the information on your calendar if they book online. Let me just go ahead and do a real quick one this way. I've gone ahead and just placed an order of some areas to be cleaned, and I'll just choose the 15th. And I'll log in, and it will use my account. So we'll use this address, same billing address. And now this is just like a consumer would book, and I'll just put a message in here, demonstration, oops, if I could spell, demonstration 2. And then we'll submit the order by going in and putting in a credit card information as if we were a consumer. But again, this is a demo area, so I can put whatever I want in here. And then when they click submit, it goes out and says, is that a valid credit card? And if it is, it comes back and it says, okay, done, booked, finished. Here's your confirmation. And now this particular order is now placed on the administration side on the 15th. So if I go ahead and refresh the 15th or go to a week view, you can see that this is the order that we just placed. We can double click on it and it'll share with us, that we ordered 4 rooms, 2 and demonstration 2. So that is the order. And if we look at it on a week view, we now have 3 appointments there. So now let's get into how it syncs with Google Calendar. So if we go over here to Google Calendars, and look at that, it's already populated it right here. So if I double click in Google Calendars, you'll see that it has put in the description box what we ordered, the taxes, the total, the down payment, and the remaining due. So all the data, if booked in FittleBug, goes over to the description area within Google Calendars. Why is this helpful? Because if you're out in the field, it's much easier sometimes to use Google Calendars than it is to fire up a program that you may be using. So we wanted to make it an option. It's kind of a bridge between softwares as well. So let's say, for example, that now that that's in there, let's say, for example, we wanted to drag this appointment after talking with the person. We realized that we have to be somewhere at 8 o'clock. So we called them up and said, hey, can we move it to 1 o'clock? And they said, sure. So you go in here to Google Calendar since you're out in the field. You drag it to 1 o'clock. It says that the event is now updated. So it's now at 1 o'clock on Google Calendars. We go over here to, to the admin side of FittleBug, click on the date of the 15th, and that particular order, once we refresh, will be placed down at the different time. And there we go. So it's now placed at 1 o'clock. So basically, you can make changes to your Google Calendar and it will update your FittleBug. It will not update whatever program you happen to use, like House Call Pro or ServiceMate. But if you're using Service Monster and we have those two connected, then yes, they would sync both ways in the Monster calendar and in the FittleBug calendar, and there's no need for Google Calendars. But I wanted to create a bridge to those that don't have Service Monster, that still want to allow people to book themselves, but we're worried about the um, calendar situation. As long as you can get a free Google Calendar, and anytime you're out in the field, you want to know what's going on um, at all times. So if somebody back in your office takes an order and puts it into ServiceMate or House Call Pro, it will update your Google Calendar, and then once it's in your Google Calendar, will update the FittleBug, and anybody who happens to book after that is booked at a real time setting. So if you have any questions on it, let me know. It's actually a nice bridge. The only thing you'll have to do different is nothing that you do different right now, and that is when you put information into a Service Mate program or a House Call Pro program, you have to put the data in. Well, when somebody books online and we're not syncing directly into House Call Pro or Service Mate, you still have to put the data in these programs. But at least you'll get an automated notification, and the girl or the person in the office or you, when you get back, can update your CMS program, House Call Pro, ServiceMate, and get the data in there, just like if they had called in. The difference being is now you're allowing people to book you 24 hours a day without being interrupted at a very, very cost-effective approach of marketing 24 hours of the day and letting people book themselves. Let me know if you have any questions. I hope it helps you, and we look forward to having you as the next FittleBug client.